Hey, how are you? I am Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Riser Fall to talk about Thursday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys head to Nashville to take on the Titans in what is the last Thursday Night Football game of the regular season. Before I get into my favorite DFS plays, some over-under stuff, some prop bets, anytime touchdown stuff, I want to say thank you. Let me take a moment or two to say thank you to you for watching these videos on Thursday Night Football from the beginning of the season until now. Without you, there's no point in doing this. Without all of you watching, what's the point in doing these notes? But I will say the notes, they're for me, right? In a way, that's how it started off, 5-6 years ago. Nobody gave a crap what I had to say or an opinion or even seeing my notes. So to me, everything that you've done for me in watching the video, sharing my notes, or just asking me questions or sending me nice private DMs, I appreciate all that stuff. I love it. That's the reason why I'm here doing all of this stuff, is to help you so you and I can build some sort of trust. We can build a relationship. And without you, there is no Detroit Beastie. So for that, I thank you. I love all of you. And I can't believe how fast the season has gone by. So before I get into the game, let's talk about Rise or Fall briefly. They have a whole heck of a lot of good stuff going on there at the website. And when you get there, before you do anything, use promo code Beastie, my promo code, Beastie's promo code. That will unlock everything you need to everything. The VIP, will unlock, all of the VIP services and memberships there at Team Rise or Fall. You can crunch to your heart's content with a Fantasy Cruncher voucher that rolls over. You get access to all the tabs and the study hubs and the ownership percentages, projections, and on a nightly basis, there is a team of coaches that literally work 24/7 to provide the best content possible at the website. So make sure you get there, use the promo code, and I'll see you on the flip side. All right, when we talk about this game, I should say, one thing that jumped off there's a few things that jump off the page to me here, and it's, Derrick Henry probably not going to play, and truth be told, why would he? This game has literally no bearing on the Tennessee Titans playoff chances or their seeding or where they're in, and that's it. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. and the over-under, this thing opened at 42.5 points, which is respectable. That's probably a normal, I would say 41, 42 is kind of a normal over-under for two, normal teams playing together in this thing, and it opened at 42.5. It's at 39.5 now. That is very low, but again, it is Thursday Night Football. No Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill is not playing, so I get what they're doing here with the over-under. And Tennessee's getting 12 points. That is a smash to me, over-under. And again, I think Dallas wins this game. There's no way around me, putting that off until the end of the video. But Tennessee plus 12 is sweet and it's juicy. Let's talk about some players here, and we'll start with Dak Prescott, shall we? Tennessee, 30th overall against opposing quarterbacks here. Dak, 17.5 on FanDuel, $10,000 on DraftKings, $33 on Yahoo. When we look at Dak, I have some lower end numbers here because I think in a way that Dallas is just going to lean on the run, right? I mean, they're already in. They punched their ticket. Can they catch Philadelphia in that division? No, that division is pretty much locked up, if I'm not, and call me crazy if I'm not mistaken here. But when we look at Dak here, 19 completions, 230 yards, and I think Dak is responsible for a pair of touchdowns. When we go down, Malik Willis, the young kid, the rookie, getting yet another start this season. And again, I'm sure he wishes Ryan Tannehill was playing. We saw that nonsense at the beginning of the season of Tannehill saying, I'm not here to mentor anybody. I'm not here to take anybody under my wing. I'm here to play football, and I'm the starting quarterback for Tennessee. And Malik Willis has come in kind of bushy-eyed and wide-tailed, or what is it, bushy-tailed and wide-eyed or something like that. And so far, we haven't seen much from Willis. But again, growing pains and all that stuff, it's tough for a professional football player, let alone a quarterback, to be pulled in and out and in and out. You can't find your rhythm and you can't get it moving. But Malik Willis, 14 grand on FanDuel, 8.6 on DK, $20 on Yahoo. I have Willis, 17 completions, 185 yards or so, about 7 or 8 carries for another 30 to 35 yards. And I have Willis responsible for about 1 touchdown. When we look at the running backs here, it's the same old not dog and pony show, because Zeke Elliott has been a very good, studly, as I might say, running back for quite some time. Zeke Elliott, 13 grand on FanDuel, 8.8 on DK, $20 on Yahoo. Only issue, Tennessee has got a unbelievably good defensive line, and they're third overall against opposing running backs. But now we start to get into that mindset of, well, if Tennessee's throwing out Malik Willis, Derrick Henry, they're going to put him out with a hip injury. Why wouldn't they? It's going to be a few weeks before they play in their wild card game or the first round of the playoffs. Why are they going to kind of put their first team defense out there long enough to get rid ran over or smacked around by Dallas. So to me, Zeke Elliott remains a must-play, must-start here tonight. 19-20 carries, 60-plus yards, 2 or 3 receptions, 12 yards, and I have Zeke Elliott to find the end zone. The olden days of Zeke Elliott, we're going to get a vintage Ezekiel Elliott game here in this one. And you might be saying, well, what's going on with Tony Pollard? I mean, he kind of, has made the bump up, and are they going to let Zeke go? Are they going to cut him, save cap room? They got Pollard. He's younger, he's quicker, he's whatever you want to put it. Tony Pollard is questionable here tonight with a little lower body injury, and it's all good because I believe that if asked, right, Tony Pollard will play here tonight. 13-5 on FanDuel, 9-2 on DK, $28 on Yahoo. Tony Pollard, barring any setbacks here and before the game, warm-ups, all that stuff. I have Tony Pollard, 11-12 carries, 45 yards, 3 to 4 receptions for another 20 yards here. So to me, it's all about Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. We can mix and match. You know what I'm going to say. One in the captain MVP and one in the flex, and we'll run it back vice versa. And again, Tennessee, 3rd overall against opposing running backs, but hey, we get this late in the season, those DVP numbers will only get us so far. Those DVP numbers are only a small piece of the puzzle given how late in the season it is and what these coaching staffs are going to do with their personnel. When we look at the Tennessee Titans running backs here, the kid from Michigan, the kid who scored 5 touchdowns when they played Ohio last time, that was a few seasons ago. I've let it go. HASSAN Haskins has the talent and he can do his thing if given half of a chance, and I believe that HASSAN Haskins is going to be the starting running back tonight for Tennessee, and we'll see what we get. Mind you, Dallas 4th overall against opposing running backs. Their defense overall is unbelievably good. They're ball hawking. They go sideline to sideline with the linebackers. Their linebackers, like Micah Parsons, are even in the middle of the field covering tight ends, locking that down. And if you need them to drop further back, they can do that. This Dallas defense is unbelievable. I wouldn't say, maybe this is a question for you. Let me know in the comments. RT, retweet this video or let me know. What defense do you think, if at full speed, full power, which defense do you think is better? The Dallas Cowboys here or the San Francisco 49ers? That'd be a nice battle on TV. Let me know and we'll get a conversation going with that. HASSAN Haskins, only $6,000 on FanDuel, $3,000 on DK, $10 on Yahoo. Haskins, 11-12 carries, around 50 yards, and 2 or 3 receptions for another 15 yards or so. Haskins is sneaky, and again, he's just going to be a starting running back on a single game slate for only $6,000 on FanDuel. That is pretty cheap. And to me, when you look at Haskins here, it's going to go one of two ways. Everybody's going to fade him because the Dallas defense is so good, and it's like he's not going to get much. Or we could get our ownership percentages are through the roof because he's very cheap, and we're going to get starting reps out of a running back that cheap. So either way you decide, it's not really wrong, whichever way you decide to go. But personally, I'm running with Haskins, and even Julius CHESTNUT, the kid backing up Haskins tonight. Chestnuts are not roasting on an open fire. 5-5 on FanDuel, $1,400 on FanDuel, $10 on Yahoo. Julius, 10-11 carries, 45 yards, 1 or 2 receptions for another 8 to 10 yards. So you're looking at about, I have Haskins around 10 more total all-purpose yards than CHESTNUT, but I think both guys are going to be active, and they're going to open up, Tennessee's going to open up the playbook, right? They're going to treat it like the 5th quarter. If you ever played football in middle school and you stunk like me, all the starters got to play all 4 quarters. That was the game. And then the fifth quarter, you bring all the schlubs and the bums and the kids who came to practice but aren't any good. So to me, I could see a case here where Haskins and CHESTNUT are heavily involved just for the sake of moving the chains and getting this clock ticking to be done with this thing. When we look at the wide receivers, now we're talking. This is the way to attack the whole game from both sides, looking at the DVP and looking at the projected starting rosters on both defensive sides. When we look at CeeDee Lamb, $15,000 on FanDuel, $11,400 on DK, $30 on Yahoo. This guy is an absolute must. I mean, I would roster CeeDee Lamb 3 or 4 times in the same line if that was possible, because Tennessee dead last, 32nd overall against opposing wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb, 8-9 targets, 6-7 receptions, 90+ yards, a touchdown. I think they get creative. I think Dallas gets creative as well, on par with Tennessee, and they give CeeDee Lamb a couple carries carries just to see where they are heading into the playoffs. Will this work? Is this something we can add to our repertoire or our bag of tricks leading into the playoffs? So give me Lamb, couple carries, no more than like 8 to 10 yards here, but it will be there. Michael Gallup, let's double down on these Dallas wide receivers. Gallup, $9,000 on FanDuel, $7,000 on DK, $15 on Yahoo. Gallup, 5-6 targets, 3-4 receptions, around 45 to 50 yards. Noah Brown, T.Y. Hilton. It'd be nice to see T.Y. Hilton play. I sent out a tweet last night. As it stands right now, T.Y. Hilton is averaging 52 yards a reception. Completely unsustainable, but kidding around, jokes aside, I think they shoot the ball down to T.Y. once or twice here. I mean, this guy he's not dead. I'm using his name in the past tense. T.Y. Hilton still has some left in the tank. Obviously, he wouldn't be on the field, and Dallas wouldn't have added him if T.Y. Hilton was done in the dumps, pushing up daisies, however you want to put it. So T.Y. Hilton, just a little bit. I will roster him once or twice just in case. We don't want to get buried by that. When we look at the Tennessee wide receivers, Dallas 28th overall against opposing wide receivers. TREYLON, BURKS, Robert Woods, Nick Westbrook, Chris Conley, no thank you. Way at the bottom of my notes here is a little strip of words. I wrote downgrade like 17 times. When the video is over, go search out any Tennessee Titan skill position, running back, or mainly wide receivers or tight ends on whatever site you get your news from, whatever site you get your rankings from. And when you look at any single one of these Tennessee Titans wide receivers, it'll say downgrade, 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 downgrade. No Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill isn't playing, and Malik Willis being their starting quarterback is a downgrade, downgrade, downgrade. We get it. We understand here. But again, there is still football to be played, and these guys are going to give it their all. TREYLON Burks, the rookie, $11,000 on FanDuel, $5,400 on DK, $12 on Yahoo. He would be the one I go to. But again, don't let that downgrade nonsense kind of, dampen your spirits here. You would think people would be, across the board on other sites when you write those player blurbs and all that stuff. I respect the people that do that, but you would think that someone would want to be a little bit more creative because everybody just copied and pasted downgrade, downgrade, downgrade. You say it 3 times out loud here. TREYLON Burks, 5-6 targets, 3-4 receptions, 45 to 50 yards here. And again, Robert Woods, not much going on. Woods, $8,000 on FanDuel, $5,000 on DK, the bare minimum, $10 on Yahoo. And Robert Woods, 5-6 targets, 3-4 receptions, and 35 yards. So let me paint this picture. You're going to have Derrick Henry is out, Ryan Tannehill is out, and so you're going to get a running back combo, running back backfield, though, HASSAN, HASKINS, and JULIUS, CHESTNUT. You would think that the Dallas Cowboys are just going to tee off on this team all day. They're just going to send pressure. They're going to roll with it, and they're going to try to just pile drive the heck out of the Titans. And that might work in spots. It's not going to be an all-game thing. So if you were to listen to or read all that stuff that said don't play any Tennessee Titan offensive skill positions because it is a downgrade here, then we would be left, picking up the pieces. We would why don't you just burn your money instead of using it on DFS slates? So to me, Tennessee Titans wide receivers are very much in play because it's a football game. What else are you going to do? You're going to make 150 lines. You're going to max enter all these contests, and you're just going to stack up Dallas. Well, to me, if you're going to stack up Dallas in 150 lineups, you're just going to ride the wave of mediocrity, and you're not going to win anything, but you're just going to split money with everybody else because the Dallas ownership percentage is going to be through the roof, high as hell, and because you let downgrade. So don't let all that nonsense get to you. It's safe to play the Tennessee Titans wide receivers. And again, whatever way you want to go, personally, TREYLON Burks. When we look at the tight ends here, same thing. The Dallas Cowboys tight ends are really, they're in a good spot in terms of DVP here. Dalton Schultz, 8.5 on FanDuel, 6.6 on DK, $19 on Yahoo. Dalton Schultz makes for a beautiful MVP or captain tonight. 5-6 targets, 4-5 receptions, around 40 yards. Jake Ferguson, not that you're looking at 5 to 10 yards for Jake Ferguson if we're lucky. But hey, Tennessee 28th overall against opposing tight ends. I say that out loud. I have that in my notes. Watch Jake Ferguson, put together a game where he scores twice or he scores once on a 20-30 yard reception. So any Dallas Cowboy tight end is safe tonight. When we look at the Tennessee tight ends, we got Chig, we got Hooper. Now this is a point where I would be okay fading one of the offensive skill positions here. When you look at Dallas, they're 3rd overall against opposing tight ends. They have just powerhouse after powerhouse on the defensive line and in their linebacking crew, like Micah Parsons here. And you get a guy like Chig, or you get a big bodied guy like Austin Hooper running around in the middle of the field. Micah Parsons is second year. He's already so good, a stud, probably all pro. He can diagnose at the line of scrimmage what Tennessee is going to be up to. And you get Micah Parsons lined up across from a guy like Malik Willis, and how many tells and what is Malik going to give away at the line of scrimmage, thus allowing Micah Parsons to just call out to his entire defense, we're going to go this way, we're going to go that way. So look for some fun stuff going on at the line of scrimmage tonight, pre-snap, right before the snap here. And to me, that was going to cover a lot of Chig and a lot of Hooper here. And I think Chig and Hooper are non-factors because of that fact, because of the defensive chops and the linebacking core of the Cowboys here. So no thank you there. When we look at the kickers, to be honest with you, both kickers are in play. Brett Maher, Tennessee's 4th overall against opposing kickers. Randy Bullock would be the way that I go here. So you're looking at the Tennessee Titans kicker. That's cool, right? Dallas 28th overall against opposing kickers. Randy Bullock, a few extra points, a few field goals, and we're moving on. When we get to the DSTs, there's one game in town. I'm not even going to waste time. We're already at 16 minutes into the video here. It's the Dallas Cowboys. We're looking at an unlimited amount of sacks. We're looking at interceptions, fumble recoveries. Everything is at play. Safeties, any defensive, any big defensive play that you can think of in your mind, it's on the table here tonight for the Dallas Cowboys. So you could put them in captain MVP, but hey, so are a million other people. Let me give you a few recent betting trends, and we'll get the heck out of here. The last Thursday Night Football video of the year, regular season that is. So Dallas 11-4 against the spread their last 15 home games. Tennessee 0-4-1 against the spread their last 5 games overall. The under 9-3 in Tennessee's last 12 games, and the underdog in this matchup is 4-1 against the spread the last 5 times these two teams have met. So give me the Dallas Cowboys to win this one 21-17. I've seen a lot of scores here where it's 20-14, it's 20-10. No matter what way I can slice it, I'm taking Tennessee plus 12 points. Anything double digit in the NFL makes me perk up and look around here. So I think Tennessee hangs, Dallas wins, but Tennessee also covers. So give me the Cowboys to win this one 21-17. Enjoy the game. I will see you again for Sunday Night Football. We'll talk Saturday. We'll do some stuff. Again, I appreciate all the love and support for the Thursday Night Football videos. I know Thursday Night Football, it's been odd. It's been crazy. We saw Denver play 17 times to start the season, and they're no good. But here we are, the last Thursday Night Football game of this season. I can't believe it's gone by. I appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate you being with me every step of the way. I will see you soon. Have a good day. Be safe. Bye-bye.